Good morning, everyone. In today's class, I'm going to start with the next bit of third module, discovering hidden content. In the last video, I have explained enumeration, how to discover the content of a website. Like it may contain hyperlinks, it may contain menu-driven, it may contain some flash messages, and some other functionality, in-depth content. So we have to access all of them by making use of an automated tool, or you can make use of a manual searching technique. If we have the mapping of an functionality, that time it is easier for the user or the tool to search for the elements of an website. Okay. In today class, I am going to start with uh, discovering a hidden content. Like automated tool, it is required to access which all hidden elements are there in the website. We need to fetch it. For that, we can take an example of whenever an automated tool starts searching for the elements of an website, that time it cannot able to identify certain items. Why? Because while designing a website, a developer made a different criteria, these functionality will be available for the user, and these functionality available for only for the authenticated user, and this functionality available for only the developers. So in such cases, the automated tool will not identify. mm, the website will not obtain the data which are dedicated only for the developers or for the authenticated user. Whenever it is searching for the data from the normal user, it is not able to identify that. The person who attacks the website and who knows the functionality which are only dedicated for authenticated user, he can able to access those data. Okay. And similarly, there are many number of cases are there. In that case, the tool cannot able to discover the elements, backup copies of live files. These files are not during development stage. We are just keeping all our files in as a backup, because we are not yet verified those files. Before uploading it, first we verify, then only we are uploading it to the website. That is why these are not mapped into the executable file. Such files are not able to track by the tool. Similarly, the backup archives that contain full snapshot of the files. Okay, now to get that one, we made some of the files that are archives. Okay, even though those archives contain some hidden data or some important, or you can say sensitive data will be stored in the archive file, that also not able to identify easily. Whenever the new function has been deployed to the server for testing, but not yet linked to the application. Before we submit our application to the server, first we test it. Okay. Before testing, we're not able to upload our application to a server. In that case also, the tool will not able to identify the functionality. Okay. Then old version of the files, uh, sometimes we have the sensitive informations are to be stored in the old files. We can identify the people will only concentrate on the new things. Old files, they are not required for that. We think like that. Making use of this concept, they will store the information, the sensitive information in the old files. In such case also, the tools will not able to identify these data. Similarly, configuration, the configuration files, like we are storing for some other data, storing the values uh, like in a different format, and by before uploading we are going to change it. In such case also, the automated tool will not identify. Then comments. In programming, most of the time, automated tool will not able to recognize the comments, because comments are not an required part of a program. It only for documentation. In some cases, that comments itself contain are sensitive data. In such case also, it is not able to identify those required data. And similarly, the log files. The log files are these are history files, or you can say tokens, URL, which all the sensitive informations are stored in the log files. Uh, if you are in that case also, the system will not able to identify these data. These are the many cases from which the automated tool will not able to identify the data. In order to overcome these problems, what we are going for? We are going for the brute force technique. Brute force technique is the one which always search the element by using different forms. Like if you are getting that, if you are not getting the data from on one way, obtain it from some other way, like that. Here, as an example, I have taken these are the uh, different directory that contain sensitive information. Like in order to access this information, I need to go to that particular directory. So we should know that which are the directories where the developer can store the sensitive information. So by using history and by using the different technique, we can identify those directories and we can fetch our data. Like whenever we are able to find the responses from the server side, that response will be stored into the client machine. In the client machine, if we able to track that response, then we can identify that where the client will store the sensitive data into their machine. Like we can identify the valid directories. Then another thing is that when the attack has been executed, the and the middle person who executed the file, that time the length of the file and status of and what uh, is currently is available in directory, they may get changes. That made the user to identify where the attack has been done. Uh, these such that the brute force for directories and subdirectory, you may want to find the additional pages in the application of particular interest in the authenticated login resource identified during the spidering process. Like during accessing the elements of an website, we can identify which are the valid document uh, or directory they are maintaining for storing the information. Then next type of discovering hidden content is that use of public information. Like public information, nothing but from our client machine, we are going to search for different uh, data. Like for example, I'm going to design an application. For that application, I need a set of information to be required. In order to collect those information, what I'm searching for, I'm searching from by making use of the search engine. So by using the data, what we fetched, what we searched from our machine, that can be collected, and we can perform some analytics. Based on that, you can say that this person is creating this application, and this application uses this directory to store the information. By using that technique, we can identify the sensitive information stored in which directories. Okay. And similarly, web archives, there are some archive is there. Whenever we keep on executing our file, the previously file will be stored into the archive one. Based on that data also, the we can identify which are the data here the client is continuously executed. At same time, which are data which are obtained from the server, we can identify. Then another public source of useful information about target application in any post. Like we are sending the information to the post. Like whenever I'm going to search for some information, and I may go to YouTube or I may go to some Google. There a set of comments are there. Even though some comments contain sensitive information, based on that information, we can identify uh, what kind of data he is required to implement his application. Like along with that, if the website contains some bugs, okay, that bugs itself make the application is uh, can be uh, can be exited by some intruder. Using that also, we can get our required data. Then leveraging the web server, even though the web server contain by using the client, whenever the request file from the web server, uh, within that phase the attacker can access it by using some bugs within web server software. By using this, whenever the client asking for some data, the server is responding to the data, but whatever the server responds that the data, it is not what is requested by the client. It has been requested by the bug. So in that case, we are going to automated tools are made mistakes by getting the data. Similarly for database and all. Then web server, uh, leveraging the web server, there are different form of spidering where we can get our data. Like whenever you go for shopping site, when we use against extreme internet shopping site, it identifies some directory using its internet word list. Like whenever the people are using the shopping site, they are often make use of the same set of searching technique. By using that also, we can it will make an attacker to uh, fetch the data which are not easily available. Okay, for that for example, we are going to store the gb as a folder where the index file will be fetched. If it is the person get logged in, it returns true value. By obtaining such kind of a query string, we can able to get the spidering will be done to to access our required data. Okay, like this uh, discovering of hidden content will be done by making use of three different techniques. First one is the normal one, then brute force, then public information, then leveraging the web server. By using these things of the brute force technique, we can access our data. Or you can say the tool can able to identify which all sensitive data are available in the website, which are not easily identifiable. Okay, and thank you. The next class, I'm going to explain the next concept. We go through that. In the interaction class, I'm going to solve the